this week's episode of Kuroko Basketball was amazing. Hands down, amazing. Now with this episode, this shows that basically Serin has a chance. This is where they came back. This is their comeback episode. Even though they're still behind, they still got it. They can still win this game. They can still beat Rakuzan. As we heard from Almine, Murasaki Bara, and the other Generation Miracles, Akashi beats them down. He beats all hope down. All he does is beat them down until they basically give up. And that happened with basically all of their players. And I mean, we saw Hyuga, he tried to take some three-pointers, and the point guard for Akashi's team, they just took Hyuga down, and he couldn't even do anything. I mean, he got 4 fouls, they had to sit him down, and basically Kagami was the only one left who really had any hope, and they were screwed. And I mean, when Kagami was just getting screwed over himself, I mean, what else could Serin do to win the game? I mean, this is where Kuroko came in, and when he saw this, I think he had a revelation when he saw all the other players in there, and with this revelation, it brought that, I guess, that light back, that slim chance, and you never drop to 0%. If you have hope, you can win. You will never drop to 0% if you do not give up. And that's what Kuroko did. Kuroko brought that light back. He is now the shadow again. He is the shadow of Serin. He is this Phantom Sixth Man. He is Kuroko's basketball. Kuroko Tetsuya is the Phantom Sixth Man. He can win this game for the team. And I just feel he's going to come up with some technique that's going to take Rakuzan down, and especially how to take down the Emperor's Eye. And as we've seen in most of the Kuroko's basketball episodes, some people have flaws, and we've seen most of these flaws before. And with these flaws, that's how they can win the game. And with Kuroko essentially advancing past only passing, he might be able to discover other techniques he can do, like more than just a phantom drive and more than just a phantom shot. Maybe he could develop skills that are similar to the Generation of Miracles, but in his own style, if you get what I'm saying. And now, with Kagami coming back, he couldn't go into the zone, as we saw. I'm moving back a little bit, but we saw Kagami, he couldn't go into the zone, and this is because he lost his hope, and Turco brought that back, and they essentially overwrit the other guys, Mizuku's shadow presence, and Kuroko got his back by overplaying Mizuki and showing that he's a good player, and this puts Kuroko back in the shadow position where he can get the ball around, and he still has his techniques. And when seeing this, Akashi just got pissed at him, and we see just there's nothing this guy can really do. And by the end of the episode, I mean, we get Kagami back in the zone, and oh man, when he gets back in the zone with Kuroko, this Shadow and Light, they're going ham. They are destroying Rakuzan this episode. Even though Rakuzan can still score, Kagami was in the zone, and he was still taking down Akashi. Akashi was like, oh, what do I do? He can't do anything, and this is why he had to pass to the other players to do this. And after passing, I mean, he saw that these guys are something more. Serin still has a drive. And also Kagami seemed to unlock to the Super Saiyan 2 level of the zone in this episode. And with Kagami unlocking a new technique, that usually follows where Kuroko may learn a new technique also because they are the shadow and light of basketball. So therefore, this could lead to a new technique coming from Kuroko. And, Kagami got the zone level 2, so probably Kuroko's going to come up with something new. And they're not down for the count, even though Akashi still has something in his sleeve by just purposely using Mizuki as basically, he's using him as a tool just to get the ball around. He doesn't even care about Mizuki anymore. And Mizuki basically has no power anymore. I mean, he's lost almost everything, and Kuroko's destroyed him. Akashi tried to destroy Serin just by showing we have the better Phantom. But no, Kuroko is the better one because he can overwrite it. Even though he may not have a better skill set, he was not adapted to it. He was born with that shadow presence, unlike Mizuki, who kind of adapted into it by Akashi showing him. Although Kuroko did have his flaws by like, oh, I can play basketball now by reading this book. Anyways, they took back the game. Serin, they may still be behind, but this shows they are not out of the game yet. And I cannot wait for my next episode of Kuroko no Basket. Yep. Peace out, guys.